Recently, I had a really fun project with a lot of color blocking, and I really wanted to make sure that I stayed true to the design and used each element of the color block. I knew this was sort of a unique combination using this print with the solids that would be picked up from this print, so I really wanted to make sure I was going to like the outcome. I'm using Procreate today, which is a very affordable app, but you need an iPad and an Apple Pencil. I pulled in all the fabric colors and a line drawing, and then I played around with clipping masks to try out different fabric combinations. So even if you haven't bought your fabric yet, this is a really great way to sort of test the waters and see if you're going to like your final design. This is how I interviewed fabrics for the Hatton jacket, which is a color block jacket. I felt like I wanted to test a bunch of different things before I dove in and made something so unique. So the first thing you're going to want to do is take your outline, and I have no background on this layer here. I'm going to copy it, and I'm just going to put that at the top and forget about it for now. Now I'm going to make a layer for every fabric sort of layer that I'm thinking about. So for the Hatton jacket, if I were to stick with the way that the pattern has been designed and written, there would be one color right here. This would be one layer. This would be one layer. The pocket would be one layer. And if you want the zipper to be one layer, you can do that as well. I think I'll put it with the pocket. And lastly, I'd like a binding layer. So there's, the binding along the front edge collar and the sleeves down here. So those are the layers that I need to make to test out all these different combinations. So now we're going to go about making each of these layers. So let's copy the number of layers we determined. So I'm just going to do 5 just to be safe, because I think that's how many I had. I already have my fabrics imported as well, and I'll tell you about that in a second. So now I have all the layers off except for one. So I'm going to erase everything that is not that layer. Now you can tell I'm not moving this. Like, I could drag this to the edge of the screen and lop all of that off. I could also use a much bigger eraser, but I don't want to move the position of this because that top layer up here, this one, we're going to need that at the very end to be the outline on top of the whole jacket. We don't want to move this at all. And the binding is not a part of this layer, so we're going to delete it as well. All right, and now we're going to fill this layer with white. Okay, now that's our first layer, so we'll call this the lower layer. And now we're going to continue doing this for each of those fabric combinations. You might want something different. You may want your binding, your pocket, your zipper, and your collar to be the same fabric. So you can't, there's a lot of different combinations here. It can get a little bit tedious if you want too many trials. Now here, I would like the background of this collar here to be in the same color group here. But if I were to fill this right now, it would fill the whole screen, right? So we just need to block this off right here and fill it in. This is more obvious with some trial and error. All right, now don't overdo it with like you see how there's this little bump right here. That's okay, because at the very end, we're going to be putting this over everything. But what you do need to make sure of is that you have closed sections here, so when you fill it, it doesn't bleed out, right? Like right here as well. All right, so we have all of our layers now. This one looks like it's extra. We'll just put it down here just in case something happens. All right, so now you should have your fabrics imported, And you're going to want them to be large enough to cover the whole thing, just in case, you know, you're doing the binding for that color, you need it to stretch as far as possible. I didn't have a lot of time to do these when I was initially setting up for this garment, so I just screenshot the spoon flower thing, so that's why there's a wrinkle. The other thing to think about is scale. So these flowers right here, I would probably, if I really, really cared about something, I would look at the dimensions of the flowers and then I would translate that to the jacket, and so that they were roughly to scale, because that can make a big difference. All right, so I have all my fabrics here. So now we get to do the fun stuff. Remember, you have your white layer for everything and you have your wireframe without fill up here. Now we're going to do a clipping mask. So every fabric you want to try on each layer, you're going to be able to do a clipping mask. So let's say we want this one here, this floral, and we want to put it over the lower jacket. We're going to put it above, and we'll just make a group of these so that they're together, right? And we can even name it if we really wanted to be detailed. We can call this the lower jacket, right? And now let's say we have all these these colors here. So I have everything off right now, and now I'm going to take this fabric layer and I'm going to click it again and say clipping mask. And now do you see how it is on top of this lower jacket? Now we can't see our jacket details, and that's where this comes in. That's why we want this wireframe, and we just need one at the top. All right, so now if I wanted to try a different fabric, we can put another one down here. It's going to carry up the clipping mask that you already did on the floral layer. Can you see that tiny little arrow there? So you don't even have to do it again. You can just keep dropping these fabrics in here. And as long as they're revealed, they will do the color, right? So now let's put a bunch of fabrics in all of our little layers here, and we'll try out a few things. So I made a group of those 4 fabrics. That way I could duplicate each one, and then we're going to drop it above each thing. Can you see this little jog right here above upper jacket, and the fabrics are sort of indented further? That means the upper jacket is not in that group, so we need to slide it up there. It's very finicky. Let's put it at the top, and then we can always reorder it. That's a way easier way to do it. Oh, no, still did it. Then we'll do this. Okay, there we go. So that's the way to do that. So we'll just duplicate these groups. And maybe it's even easier just to drag it right straight up, and then we'll do it again just to make sure. And let's do our last one. Right above the zipper and pocket. Okay, so now we get to play. I'm going to collapse this. I have all 4 fabrics in each one, and now we can make a clipping mask of each one. All right. Let's reveal all of our jacket pieces here. And now we may have to reorder some things. So see how the binding is way up here at the top, and then the zipper in the pocket? That seems about right. I think we're going to be okay. So let's just see. All right, I think, yeah, we're going to be okay. Now, if you happen to, I just got really lucky layering my pieces. And what I mean by that is these sections. So let's collapse all these, and we'll call them what they are. This one here is the upper jacket. You see how we have our layers: binding, zipper and pocket, upper jacket, lower jacket. If I had accidentally created the binding layer first and it was down here under the lower jacket, do you see how only the top half of the binding isn't showing but the bottom half is? And that's because it's not in the right order. So you might have to play around with that. I just got lucky in doing mine in the correct order, and you can just take that whole group and move it above. I know it seems kind of fiddly to create all these groups and name things, but when you're doing this a lot of fabrics and layers, it will keep your sanity intact. Okay, so let's keep playing here, and now we can just sit here and toggle off different fabrics. Make sure you toggle off the old color so that you're not like, wait, why isn't my, especially if the old color is above, like say I wanted to try this blue right here, and see how nothing changed on the zipper and pocket. Well, I have to toggle off the gold to be able to see the blue. So don't panic if something's going kind of weird. I feel like these clipping masks took me a little bit to understand, but they're super fun to play around with. Okay, and then the other thing you can do is save your creations. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn off my background layer here, like this. And now I'm going to go up here and I'm going to say share. I like the PNG, so I get the transparent background. And now we're going to save this image to our photos. And now we could do a few different of these configurations, and then you can kind of start really looking at them side by side. All right, so now let's say we want to see our jacket images next to each other. Let's turn off all of our layers, and we're going to bring in our photos. And we're going to go here, and we're going to say add insert photo, and one at a time you can add in your photos. And I'm going to leave them all the same size. And now I'm going to select these three, select again, and then now I'm going to scale them all the same size so I can kind of see them side by side. I hope you have some fun with clipping masks in Procreate. Kind of a nice way to be able to do a little bit of fashion design without buying fabric until you're ready. Happy designing!